Have you ever heard of the term river runs deep? It's used to describe a person who seems unemotional or who is hard to get to know. Well, to me, rivers are hard to describe. Not quite the ocean, and not as still as a lake. We live next to one of the longest rivers in the US, over 2,000 miles long, bordering several states and even Mexico, the Rio Grande. Sadly, the river is not what it used to be. The water levels are depleting, and the future sounds dreadful. But some sections are still conserved and preserved. The Rio Grande is visited by travelers who want to connect with nature, and others, the river runs deep, leaving a trail of blood. This is Jump Scare. I'm your host, Rob Cortez. You have seen his art on our shows. Kevin Loredo, how are you?
Good. Good to be here.
Man, you're a legend, man. You're a legend when it comes to cool radio, and I'm so happy that you're finally here with us.
Of course. Love making the art, by the way. It was a good outlet for like the whole retro, what's it called? The tubes. I think they call it gloves and tubes animation type of thing, where it's just like the nice
very
20s,
vintage.
30s. Yeah.
Yeah. I caught your art ever since I started going to Saludos a lot,
Oh, yeah.
and that's when I saw your little tag. And whatever they would tag, and I went ahead and sent you a message because I was really interested in your style.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you so much. I really like doing I did their Cafe de Olla design thing. It was really cool. The little
The
Cafe
art
de Olla
on the
art.
can.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Kevin, tell us how you got started with your art.
Well, first of all, I do a lot of things, but if we're talking about like the graphic design stuff to begin with, honestly, it started with just drawing first and foremost. So that on its own has been very, like, it just started off, I would see something and I'm like, oh, this would look so cool if it had this. So I had to kind of teach myself to make what I had in my mind to like actually have it for myself, to be able to use it and edit and use it for an asset for graphic design stuff. But that after a while, I started dabbling in not only the drawing, the painting. I also did like physical mediums, like media, where I would get like micron pens and stuff like that. I went pretty crazy. I did a bunch of Patreon classes and everything else.
Oh, wow.
I have someone here, shout out Miss B. I think it's beeswax something. Oh my god, I'm like forgetting her username, but I'm so sorry, Miss B. But yeah, I took some of her courses and stuff, and it was super cool because then I just literally learned slowly like the basics, and then from there I started applying everything I started having. Because before I even like started drawing and doing everything else, I do photography, videography with my girlfriend. We do weddings and stuff. As far as color composition and stuff like that, I already know that. But when it came to like creating something and trying to add composition to it, that's when it's like I was okay. I don't know what to do here. It's pretty sick. That's where I got like my little beginning on that.
Very interesting. Have you designed for your own podcast?
Yes. So I've done all the art covers for it.
Or other podcasts?
Oh, for other ones? Have I? No. Yes, I think I have. If I remember right, we used to have. I think they just used certain like flyers and stuff like that I would make, which was like Aliens on the Border. There used to be the podcast that would like be posting like every week and stuff like that, going live. But yeah, I would do art for them. We had at one point like a couple of other shows there underneath them, and we would make like covers for them as well. But yeah, other than that, no, besides the ones that I've made in the past, those are the only times that like I've used my art for it. And even then, to look back on it, honestly, it's not the best art compared to now, for sure. It's not the best, but yeah.
We're always evolving, man.
For sure.
Have you ever experienced a water-related horror story?
Besides my own? Yeah. I mean, I've heard stories from like my dad when he would like be swimming and shit, and he would like almost drown. but I've drowned before, and that shit's terrifying.
Really?
It could
Wow.
be the
How does
reason
it feel
why
like?
it sucks ass. Like you pass out and you wake up and
Shit.
you're like, whoa, and then
Damn.
but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I told you through text or through voice messages when we would talk.
Yeah.
But honestly, I fuck with rivers, creeks, ponds, pools, lakes. That's cool. But when it comes to the ocean, fuck the ocean. Like that shit's terrifying.
So you would never get on a cruise?
Fuck no. I'm like, fuck that, dude. That shit's terrifying. We don't even know what the fuck is down there.
I know.
Like
I
think
know.
it's like
It's,
what,
it's
3% or something like that. That's all we've
5%.
charted. 5%.
Yeah, 95% of we have no idea what's down there.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's like I'm way more terrified of the ocean than space.
100%. Because we can at least see what's happening in space a little bit compared to like the crazy little eels and fucking those little lantern big ass mouth fish with sharp teeth, and then there's the blob.
Yeah. The
Those
one
little,
that recently popped out.
yeah. And there's the blob also. It looks cute.
She loves the blob.
The blob's fine, but like Jesus Christ.
I love that fish. Well, we love that fish. Check it out.
Yo, audio listeners, there is the blobfish with an earring.
Oh, it has an earring? I had no idea it had an earring.
I kind of want to make a design out of that now.
Do it. And put some gloves on it. Anyways, are you ready to listen to the first Jump Scare Season 2 story?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. If you've been listening to Ghoul Radio, you must have heard in one of our sister programs that I'm a huge fan of West Texas, especially Big Bend National Park. If you haven't visited it, it's huge. It's over 1,000 square miles. It's as big as the state of Rhode Island. It's made up of several great spots, big mountains, starry skies, and right along it, the riverbank. Millions have visited it, like Michael Heffley and his wife, Jamie. This was a trip they were looking forward to. Michael even telling his buddy Wade, "I'll see you next week." The weather was just right. November in Big Bend, still not cold enough to not go down the Rio Grande. The skies rarely turning gray. Shortly before noon, the couple rafting down the river. It was beautiful. The mountains around, the rocks, the scenery was peaceful and perfect when a loud bang rained into the air. And another. And another. Not knowing where it was coming from. Over 20 to 30 shots filling the air. Not knowing where to turn. Surrounded by the water and current. The bullets hitting Michael, Jamie, and the river guide, Jim Burr. Jamie and Jim floating nearby and managing to hide in the brushes. Michael losing his life in the Rio Grande. After the mayhem, the case has never been solved. The 1988 murder on the Rio Grande River remains open till this day. The culprits never caught. Who did this and why? We'll never know. But the truth is, as clear as the river, a family left in shambles. So, Kevin, what'd you think about the story?
I think I've heard of it before because I was gonna make an episode of it before. I've never like read into it, I'm in it right now. I'm like I need to know the story now. But I think read on, because there's Facebook groups for like, everyone, right, and stuff like that that talk about like true crime stuff that's happening in the States. So I had like a bunch of tabs open and stuff looking for stories to write, and one of those came up. That looks cool. I'm gonna archive it for now, but I've never like revisited ever. Super excited to listen to it. It sounds horrible in the sense of I feel bad for the family, but I'm a sucker for true crimes. I'm actually excited for the little thriller that's about to happen.
Oh yeah, this story kind of reminds me of the one from Zapata
Oh yeah.
years back, where they just got shot. They were just in their boats, and I think
They were just minding their own.
yeah, they were
damn
just minding
business.
their own business, and they just got shot. Have you ever visited Big Ben?
Yes, I love Big Ben.
Yeah, hell
We
yeah,
shot a
me
wedding
too,
there.
man. Nice, that's so cool. Do you know any stories of that river?
No, but I know there's we bought a book because we were visiting and we went to one of the towns that was nearby, not Terralingua, but the one before it, Alpine. We went to a little library there and we found a book called, I think, Death
The
Stories.
Deaths, yeah, Big Ben.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that book. I've seen it.
Yeah, I have it, but I haven't like opened it up and
Oh, wow.
like at all. So kind of want to revisit now that I have this story going on.
Yes. What were your thoughts on the story?
So far it's definitely murder mystery. So I'm a sucker for murder mystery. So I'm
Solved
like,
case.
yeah. Especially if it's unsolved, because
Yeah.
at this point I'm hoping
Cold-
there's
cold
details.
cases. Yeah, definitely. Kevin, thank you for being a part of Jump Scare, and stay tuned, Gouliacs, for more art in the future.